2008 saw a frantic battle between Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen. Conditions were bad due to a late shower of rain, causing Hamilton to spin before resuming his lead in the closing lap, where Raikkonen crashed. Stewards went on to issue a penalty to Hamilton due to alleged corner cutting, dropping him down to third place. In 1957, the Belgian Grand Prix had to be cancelled due to high fuel costs thanks to the Suez crisis. The Eau Rouge corner is a favourite among fans, who have jokingly dubbed it.
Oh, wrong screen. Oh, hey, come on. Fantastic. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ero F3. That's the wrong screen as well. So, we're looking at that one. Whoa. Fantastic. There we go. Does my mic work? My mic does work. What a great time to be alive. We are here. Why have I put tyres on for quali? No one cares about tyres in quali. Okay, cool. We are here for round 1 of PC F3 in the Ero. And one thing that hasn't changed since the last 2 or 3 seasons is the fact that Mitch Napier's first day on track in qualifying. And you know what? I respect the consistency. I really respect the consistency, to be honest. Anyways, you probably weren't expecting to hear me here, since I basically disappeared off the face of the Ero. I'm not racing. I might race 1 or 2 races. But yeah. Let's go on board with Mitch then. So, into La Source, braking at 100 metres. Chucks it towards the apex, just misses it, and then exiting the corner, doesn't use the curb on the outside, and now running up to Eau Rouge and Radion, chucks it up here flat out, no need to lift in these cars, they are absolutely perfect to just send it, and here we go, into Le Camp, braking at 75 metres, no 60 metres, what am I on about, I don't know. Down to third, up to fourth, and then just keeping the momentum. It's gone off throttle there, and he's got some geezer up ahead in an AlphaTauri. He might want to move out the way, otherwise we're going to have a penalty. And he's moved. Oh, fantastic! That's what we love to see. By the way, I won't know new people's names, to be fair. I don't know who these people are, but yeah. I'll figure it out, like, and I'll make up names for them. I know both of the Hasses are either French or Belgian, something like that. But yeah, Mitch here, still on his lap, now running up to Blanchimont, another flat corner, basically a straight. Someone's going to get offended by that. And now into the bus stop chicane. Drops it down to second. Chucks it over the inside of both curbs. On the throttle. And controls that nicely. 43.1 for Mitch. Decent time, but I'd say he had some through the exit of Lake Holm. As Varga's done a 42.6 and here we go. Time to get the attendance spot up and figure out who these people are. Right, so this Don is, I'm going to go for Gauthier Pierrard. Yeah. Big up Gauthier. I'm going to guess the other one is this Don here. Who's that? Loic Magnier. Many Magnier, I see, Bosch. So even if it is wrong, I think it should be correct because the names would make more sense if it was how I said it. So yeah, anyways, Magnier does go to P4. I know we're on with everyone's second favourite driver in the tier, Marek, because let's be honest, pretty much everyone's going to be here for Mitch. I already know that. It's on the exit of the corner for Ivanek. Chuck it up to the line, 43.8. What are you doing, Marek? That's pathetic for you. Although I don't want to be too mean to him, he has turned off some assists. As now we have, this is Simon Aberg in the AlphaTauri, also known as Simon's getting blockburged by an Alfa Romeo. Yeah, not ideal for my man, unfortunately. Don't think he's going to be too happy. Given only 14 in race, God, I'm not doing comms. Yeah, just hit me up if you need like good comms. Yeah. Anyways, up to the line for the AlphaTauri of Simon goes P10, but I can't lie. Ben Woodford needed to move out his way there, to be honest. Geezer sort of just parked it and went, yeah, good luck, mate. But you know what? Maybe people are learning. They might not have league race in a while, could be their first league race of the game. I don't judge here. There's Barry Kruger on a lap. Not sure if he's related to Freddie or not, might have to ask him. We do have two Krugers in here actually. Both hailing from South Africa, which is nice to see. Bit of an expansion from European racing organisation, that is. As Blanchimont, easy flat, no worries whatsoever for the Mercedes driver, capping out at 3:30 into the bus stop chicane, and through here, very nice from the Mercedes driver. Short shifts to fourth on the exit, and that is a 42.1 fastest lap of the session. Things you love to see, as Saitorin here has invalidated. Not ideal for him, as apparently Barry is Freddie's husband, according to Zeke. I'm not sure where you've got that information from, but we got a bit of a Zeke exclusive. Will there be a merging coming? Basically, I don't know about you, but personally I don't see two lanes on this track. So, if it was a dual carriageway, then it's not a very good dual carriageway. If it was a motorway, then there'd either be a double lane closure or something. But there's no merging go. Actually, the pit lane could be considered as a place you can merge. And I know you mean merge between tiers, but I don't care. We're talking about motorways now. To be fair, right, what would you say is your favourite motorway? Because I've thought about it long and hard, yeah. I've used the M5 a lot in my time. But there seems to be a lot of accidents on there, same with the M6. I'm starting to think a more simple motorway, as Branimir is just giving the wall a little love tap into the pit. I'm saying M42 like, underrated motorway. Very underrated. Shout out the M42. Avila is not on a lap, and Barry is not going again. Ben Woodford, you've just started a lap. Ben's raced before, I believe, season 7 F4, season 8 F3, F4. I don't know what tier, so I know he's raced before in F4 at some point. If I got both of them correct, then I'm just goated in it. I don't even remember anything really, but he's 4 tenths up in the first sector, keeps it in 5th. That's interesting, because we've seen some drivers in 3rd, some in 5th, and someone might need to move out the way a bit here. That is one of the Haas drivers. That's a very awkward move, but at least he's out the way. That is Gaultier, I believe. Someone please correct me if I'm getting them mixed up. What's Gaultier's last name? We'll use his last name. Oh no, Gauthier. Gauthier Pierrard. There we go. Stephen Gerrard, but Pierrard instead. Gerrard with a P. Had a bit of a twist on it as well. I like all the lane ones because everyone hates them. Okay. Understandable. Anyways, Woodford running out of battery a bit. But he's just got enough to make up to a line with it going into the deficit zone, and didn't look comfortable on the exit there. But it is P4 for the Alfa Romeo, and I'm sure he's going to be very happy with that lap, as Varga improving by a 10.5. Make that 2 tenths as he's now heading on whatever straight this is. It's got a name, but I don't remember it. You've got Kemmel, you've got... Yeah, I just call it... I just know Blanchemont in it, and the bus stop as he chucks it in, goes a bit deep and unsettles the car there, trying to get on the throttle. Might have lost him some time, and it does. 10.5 improvement though, keeps him in P3 comfortably. For there was Pierrard actually went up to P4. Mitch Napier improving by 200ths, make that a 10th and 200ths. Can he get into the 142s with this lap time? Currently on course to beat Ben Woodford, but I don't know. Can he go one step further? As someone's taken out brake marker boards, you absolute muppet. What are you doing? Oh, sliding. It was the AlphaTauri. Someone have a word. Anyways, Mitch loses time as Marek has beaten Mitch. And so has Robbie by 5 thousandths. Strange to see Robbie in F3, to be fair, considering he's always been in PCF2, from what I remember. In his whole time with ERO, pretty much. Raced against him in Season 6 for 3 races. And Season 7 he went in PCF1 for a few races. He left after that. I just remember being really far off the pace with him when I was learning wheel. I'm not sure if he was learning something at the same time, but a home race here today. So I'm sure it would, you know, be nice for him to get a good result here. As Magnier's got up to P4. A lovely jubbly home race for him and his teammate as well. Cheeky 3 Belgians on the grid today, so you know I want to do the own crate road. Can they do it? I don't know. Barry Kruger's spoiling the show for them at the moment a bit, but fair play to him. As Simon Aberg here in the AlphaTauri has had a bit of a wretched qualifying with blocking drivers and destroying brake marker boards. I'm sure if there's any no-line users, they're going to look at this and want to visibly swear at him. Actually, was it only... It was only the 150. You know what? That's fine. Because... Oh! I did not look nice under braking. Because usually 100 anyways into the bus stop, so... As long as people aren't getting confused. But it is half a second improvement, but we know he's got probably about another half a second in the bus stop. It'll be interesting to see when he can find that, as Tuivila into the bus stop himself, makes the inside curb and decides, you know what, I'm not happy with that, I'm going to the pit lane. Would have put him P12 that lap. Magnier, I think he's regenerated it actually. No, he's got no fuel. Decided to run into the wall, into the pit lane, interestingly, as we have the Bulgarian of Radomir Kapitanov here in the Aston Martin, sporting the lovely dark green outfit. I do like myself a bit of an Aston Martin. What I don't like is the line that it looked like he took through there. I don't. Maybe he's going to go pop by for a cup of tea at the Geezer's house, who's there. I don't know how hospitable he is, but or if there's even someone who lives there, probably not. There's another house there. There's quite a few houses, like. I guess it'd add to the value if someone lodged a Formula 1 car in it, so you know what. Oh, that was sliding. Is that a house at turn 1 as well? Someone nearly lodged themselves in that house in 2012 and I want to say 2018. There's a massive smash at turn 1 as well. When I believe it was Alonso in the McLaren who had a bit of a hop, skip and a jump over everyone. As through the sector 1 split, Branimir is 2 tenths up, very nice. More of this and he can find a lot of time, I'm sure. As now into Bruxelles, whatever you want to call it. The city's called Brussels, but it says Bruxelles, so you know. So exit through no name and now into Puon. The grandstand should be there, considering, and then there's the Max Verstappen stand on the exit of that corner. So they need to hurry up and actually update Spa because the realism of this circuit is terrible. Half the curbs are wrong, pretty much everything's wrong. The track's not great. And it's in dire need of renovation, but I think they're probably waiting for the confirmation in real life before they make any changes to it in the game. As Kapitanov, he's 4 tenths up, and oh, that's unfortunate. Needs to up the brake bias a bit there to stop that from happening, and the exit just to rub salt in the wound. And it's only a 1/10 improvement for him, as that's not Mitch. That's two of either starting a lap. On the hash drivers at the bottom, starting a lap. I'm trying to figure out where I'm looking, but we ain't got a timer because they took it away from us for some reason. So I want to say it's Ben Woodford furthest through a lap at the moment. So we're going board with the Alfa Romeo. Keeps it in 8th through Puon. That's not advisable. I'll tell you that much. That's going to lose you a lot of speed as you're sort of lowering the revs a lot. The car sort of just start to straddle its way through the corner rather than you chucking it through. As 2.5 tenths improvement. Dips his front right on the deep, what was I want to say, the deep curve? No, that's the curb. No, I don't say it right. On the sort of, I don't know, I can't think of the word I want to use, and yeah, my brain's gone. But to be honest, who needs words when we can just watch the lap in general? As he comes to the line now, 42.8 for the first driver to finish his lap. Mitch, 3 tenths up. He looked like he was off sideways out the final chicane though, and improves by only 3 thousandths. That'll be Johan Kruger to the line next, followed by Varga, who is invalidated. So we look to Ivanek instead out the final chicane in 4th. Interestingly, up to the line, and it's a 43 dead. As next up will be Mitch's teammate Janne Tuavila in the Alpine. 3 tenths up at the moment as he throws it into the chicane, and he's cut way too much there. He's tried to get away with it as Barry Kruger. Can he beat his own time and go even faster up to the line? It's a 42.105, and that's a very, very strong lap as Magnier, I don't think made the line, but his teammate did. Pierrot goes to P4 there as Eberson to the line did not improve on that 42.4. He already had sight to run. P6. What about Robbie? Robbie's invalidated, and Kapitanov is not going again. So that will be your qualifying session here in Spa completed. Barry Kruger on pole by 3 tenths over Oscar Eberson. Gabor Varga then follows him with the 2 hash drivers of Pierrot and Magnier close behind with sight to run on a 42.8. Joining him is Ben Woodford, with Johan Kruger just missing out on a 42.8 himself as Ivanek It's the first driver in the 43s with a 43 dead, followed by Robbie Kinnable on a 179 as Mitch, he was 5 thousandths behind him, ends just 2 thousandths behind him with his 3 thousandths improvement, although we know without the mistake through the bus stop chicane, that could have been up to 3 tenths faster, which could have been challenging the likes of P6, as Kapitanov also had a mistake in the final chicane, as well as Simon Aberg, which leaves them in the 44s, and finally Tuavila cut the final chicane. So a very hot spot, a very large hot spot for people making mistakes there, and well, yeah. We'll just have to see what's going to happen. Is 5th up to 2nd, very close to there, Barry Kruger. Running away, but Spa is a long track, a lot to get right. So, I'll be honest, I don't think qualifying's a full representation of the pace people are going to have. As hooking up a lap is very difficult. So, if people would rather drive slower but more consistent laps, that could be the way to go in the race. I think we might see quite a few track limit penalties based on that qualifying session as well. A lot of invalidations with people pushing the limits here, so we'll have to see, as we have a quite a large coverage here in Spa for the race today. As one thing to note is the timer is no longer with us. Rest in peace, the 30-second countdown. We'll have a quick moment of silence for that. So yeah, we're not going to get to see, we're not going to really know when the lights are going to come on, but I'll just be ready for it. Leave your predictions in the comments. Who do you think is going to win this race? Any other predictions you may have? Who'll finish on the podium? Who's going to send it into a wall of Eau Rouge? Who's going to get 20 seconds of track limit penalties? I don't know. Whatever predictions you'd like to make, as I think we will be starting momentarily here. So the lights are coming on, and we have 5 red lights, and we are underway here in Spa for Rain 1 of Ero PCF3. Looks like a great start from Barry Kruger, as Everson's going to be under pressure here from Gabor Varga into turn 1. All of the drivers at the front seem to have elected the mediums, except for one of the Haas drivers there on hards. This is yellow flags in turn 1. That's Robbie Kinnable, who's dropping to the back as the front 3 have darted away here, as we're going to have side-by-side action up Eau Rouge and Radion here between Magnier and Saito runners. There's contact and there's damage to, I believe, Ben Woodford in the Alfa Romeo as one of the Haas drivers onto the grass there, as Mitch Snapes up to P6, but he's fighting the Alfa Romeo driver with no front wing. He's going to send it down the inside into the Red Bull, and there's contact between the two of them there, and that's going to mean Saito Run going off track all over the Lacombe chicane there, as Mitch up to P5 ahead of those two. Johan Kruger potentially looking for a move, but he's going to have to be worried about Simon Aberg, who's trying to find space on the outside. He's got Magnier looking for room on his inside here, as everything's kicking off early on at Spa-Francorchamps here. As let's take a quick look at the tyres. It's mediums all around mostly, apart from Branimir and Robbie at the back on softs. And then the two Haas drivers of Magnier and Pierrard on the hards, as Pierrard will be looking to just try and stay as close as he can to the front runners while he's on the hard tyres without losing too many places here, as Gabor Varga leads the race ahead of Barry Kruger. Barry is close to the back of him. Let's get the telemetry on. See people's battery amounts, as we do have a move here actually from Simon Aberg on Johan Kruger. As is Johan going to try and send it back down the inside. Moves back to the racing line. That's an AlphaTauri rained and just under braking. He was having those problems in qualifying, and once again, more problems for the AlphaTauri driver there. As Varga's already used 30% battery. Barry Kruger still on 95 here. So he's being a lot more tactical with the usage of his battery, and well, he's just going to be able to use that to try and stick with the cars in front, as I think Pierrard could be using quite a lot here, as he's already dropping outside of that 1 second window. But he just needs to stay in for another lap, so if he has to burn all his battery to do that, I don't think he'll mind, as he'll still be able to then use the DRS to defend from the cars behind, as at the moment Varga controlling the pace in this race, and just finding his feet out at the front. I think a lot of people finding their feet in this race, certainly, as the gaps are quite wide from 4th place downwards. A lot of drivers struggling to hang on for DRS at the moment, as that was close to track limits there for Varga. Yeah, maybe picks up a warning, I'm not sure. Can have a rewatch of that one in a moment, as it will appear on my second screen. However, Pierre are doing a really good job on these hard tyres, so he should be able to stay within the DRS range. As Barry Kruger all over the back of Gabor Varga here. He's not going to use any of that battery though to get past into the bus stop chicane, as I don't know, going slight by slight through Blanchimont, not really a good idea. So I think he's just lifting off the throttle. Doesn't want to put himself in a spot of bother, and very smart driving from the Mercedes, as he does look for the gap down the inside. Varga left, and someone else looking for a gap is Oscar Everson. He saw the opportunity there, but couldn't quite fit his car through. And fastest lap so far, Mitch Snape in the Alpine. He's had a lightning start to this race. We know he had the pace in qualifying with the mistake that cost him a much better result, but it seems to have paid off for the Alpine driver, if anything, as we could have some serious action here coming into the late comp chicane, as he's going to come out on top here. We got 3 drivers, we could see 3 wide, but Varga seems to have just got there on the battery and trying to make as much progress as he can, as I've completely missed the number I wanted to click on there. But it's going to be side by side there, Barry Kruger and Oscar Everson, and it's going to be Oscar to come out on top. A little tap in the rear there from the Mercedes. The Haas driver nearly loses the car, but keeps it, so that is good for him, as Robbie's got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. I'm not sure how he's managed that one, but I'm sure he'll probably have something to say about it. As Mitch, that's not the line you want to be taking. That'll definitely be a warning for you on there for the Alpine driver, as Varga's got into the lead and he's trying to make a bit of a breakaway. However, Everson and Barry Kruger have been a lot more conservative with the battery, as Sly Tarun has caught up to the back of this train, as there's yellow flags further back. That is Robbie, and a nightmare start at his home race here at the moment. Hopefully his fortunes can turn around and he can make some progress again, as it's not been an ideal start on the soft tyres for the Williams driver. How's it going to go this lap then? Everson looks hungry to make a move, using a bit of battery, trying to get himself close to the back of the Aston Martin to make his life easier after Eau Rouge and Radion. And will he be going for this move? We'll just have to find out, as Magnier's also going to be joining this train, as he's just closed into the DRS range, 9/10 off the back of Slytherin at the moment. As Everson, I think this is going to be easy as you like, as Barry's using a lot of the battery to try and get a move on Varga here, as he wants to be second place in this train, as it's going to be a hotly contested position, that will be. Snape just letting them rinse all their batteries, although he's used quite a lot of his, to be fair, so I think he just doesn't really want to get too involved in the fights at the moment, and just wants to hold his position on track, which I think Pierre, as long as Mitch is staying in that DRS range and not really making any mistakes, we'll be happy to let him sort of just do that and stay there on the hard tyres. So not a bad place to be for Mitch at the moment, as Ivanek has managed to get past Johan Kruger here. Ivanek obviously won the title in F3 last season. Is at the front. Eberson has been upping the pace a bit, it seems, and he's managed to get out of DRS of Barry Kruger here. But Barry's got plenty of battery to use to try and get back into that DRS range. However, Varga's going to have to start using as well. And that's going to cause a bit of a Constantina effect from pretty much everyone using battery here to try and make sure that they don't drop out of the DRS, as it will be critical if you do miss it. And that could be critical for Gabor Varga. Breaks late into the chicane, although the detection point is not there, mate. Unfortunately, so he's not going to have DRS. So he's going to have to use a lot on the exit of La Source, or hope from a bit of a mistake from the drivers in front, which they have not made. And he's not used his battery enough, so he's going to be under pressure from Mitch in the Alpine here, who's going to have this opportunity to move up into the podium places if he would like to do so. And he's going to put the battery on early, but I don't think he's even going to need it, to be honest. I think he might just give it another little use later on, as Barry Kruger looking for a move there. Doesn't get it though, and that is Mitch up into the podium places. So Mitch now has to get the hammer down a bit and try and drag himself back into that DRS range of the front two. As Pierrot here also dropping off the back a bit. However, I think he's just trying to manage his battery. He hasn't got too much of it left, unfortunately for him, so he just has to be careful with what he is using. Mitch has dropped half a second already. So the front two really flying away here. And they're sort of just leaving everyone else in the dust a bit. As Mitch trying his best. That's close to track limits again for Varga there. S10 R1 also dropping out of the DRS range here, as Pierrot might be looking for a move. Someone who is looking for a move is Magnier. Magnier's got past S10 R1 here, and that puts the Haas drivers up into P5 and 6 as yellow flags. That is Robbie once again. As through the final chicane we go, and gap's 1.8 from Mitch to the front runners. S10 R1's had a collision as a safety car. That's a good time for the medium runners. They can bolt on hard tyres now and pretty much go to the end of the races. Can we see what size done? I'm not sure if Robbie... He's parked it on the track. I personally would have stayed out since they've passed the safety car and you get less wear on your tyres. But each to their own. Each to their own. As, well, lap 6, first safety car of the season. And, well, we survived longer than I thought, to be fair. So, fair play to everyone. We've had some good fights as well. It's a lot less chaotic than last season's PCF3 so far, I feel. People are not here for blood, which is what it felt like watching some of the PCF3 races last season. As my nose is really congested and it's making it really annoying when I'm like speaking a lot. So if I do momentarily just go quiet, then yeah, you know why. Oh, Oscar. That's not what you want to do when you're leading the race. Oh no. The McLaren driver's got a drive through. That Delta's caught him out, and by not abiding to it, he's put himself in a massive spot of bother here, and he's going to have to serve that as soon as the safety car's ended, pretty much. As here goes everyone into the pit lane then. As there's going to be hard tyres for everyone, I'm sure, as that's not the... I would have gone in. I think, to be honest, with how bad the tyres are in this game, it's not worth... It's not worth staying out. Johan Kruger stays out on mediums, and Simon Aberg. I don't think that's the right decision, to be honest. I think that these front four should have gone in. Fresh tyres on this game, even if you have to, you know, two-stop it from there, it'll be quicker. Because you're going to have to make that pit stop anyway. So if you make the pit stop now, you can still make another pit stop and you'll just have so much more pace that it's always worth boxing under a safety car on this game for some, like, with just, it's just a drop off of the tyres. It's crucial to take the opportunities when you get them, I feel. And if there's not going to be another safety car straight away, then unfortunately I think their races are kind of going to be very difficult from here, as they're just going to get swamped off the restart, as the their tyres will be approaching 25%, which is essentially the cliff where, which is essentially where the tyres have hit a cliff, and they go through sort of a graining phase for about 10-15% at wear until you'll start to get a second wind out of them. And well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll pay off if there's loads of safety cars, but if there isn't, then could be certainly a long road. Right. I think we're going to be in next lap as Robbie is still yet to catch up. What penalties have we got? Oscar with a drive through. I think he tried serving. Did he try serving it on the safety car? I don't. What's happened? Oh gosh. What's the AlphaTauri done? It's a good job the safety car's not coming in. Anyways, position changes. The front drivers are up a few. Barry Krieger, Dane 3. However, he is provisional P1. Mitch Snape from 11th on the grid is provisional P2 in this race. Not sure what the AlphaTauri driver's doing here. He's crossed the white line. So, if anyone's on the stream and would like to report that, get that one noted down, as you can get him a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line. That's not how you're supposed to enter the pit lane, and obviously will be penalised if you do so incorrectly. Anyway, it's going to be a Haas 1 team, Mercedes 3-4 off the restart. So what teamwork are we going to see? I think Johan's going to dive out the way for Barry. And I think the Haas drivers are going to try their best to defend collectively. However, Barry Krieger's probably not going to waste any time trying to get past. And after them, it'll be Mitch and Varga trying to get through. So how did Mitch get past Varga and Oscar? Why is Oscar on softs? I have no clue what I've missed here. If anyone knows what I've missed, then yeah. My steward roles were removed. Mine were as well, but I asked them to be, so, you know. All good for me. Set status, yeah, go on. Better do not disturb. On Discord, why not? My Discord's not updating my messages. A bit depressing, I can't lie. All I want to do is read something during the safety car to keep me occupied. But I can't. I cannot report for legal reasons, I can't either. For legal reasons, just, I don't know, spam ping everybody, PC3, say, look lads, you can ping this one. Anyway, safety car in, so I'll put my phone away and stop getting distracted. And yeah, see how the Haas drivers handle the restart. I'm sure they're going to work together. Personally, I wouldn't weave anymore in this game. Actually, to be fair, I would. I don't know. Accelerating and braking is just OP for tyre warm-up, so, you know. And your fuel burn at the same time. It's just a win-win situation. I still have the ability to just chase the techers and do it then. When's he going to go? He's going to go well before the bus stop, and I can't lie, Johan Kruger's been caught half asleep there. And you ready for this amazing teamwork? As I'm expecting him to dart right off to the side of the track and let his teammate through. Apparently not. And Mitch is going to get right behind him here. Mitch should try and follow Barry through here, who has backed off. He's going to try fit in the gap, and he's going to have such an overspeed up Eau Rouge and Radion, and Mitch is going to be down the inside. Up there, and bang, there you go. Good move from the Alpine driver, opportunistic as Varga, but now trying to make a move on Mitch. Mitch can sort of just hold his inside line here. Varga's not particularly entitled to anything. And sort of just backed out of it anyways. I think he realised trying to launch it around the outside wasn't the smartest of ideas. So, you know what? Plays it smart and fair play to him. As Barry's now on the chase, and that gap's going to essentially evaporate. As Varga putting Mitch under pressure, although I don't think it's the best thing for him to do right now. I think they can sort of just wait to catch up to the cars in front, as Ben Woodford picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit offences, as Oscar sort of just moves out the way. And Barry Krieger has caught the two Haas drivers, so how long until he gets past the first one? I'm predicting next lap at some point, as in my opinion, he should just dump the battery, fly past them, and then build the gap in sector 1 to be, oh, sector 2. As he's going to be able to easily outbrake them down the inside here. And on the inside of Magnier, he's going to try look for a cutback, but Mitch is going to send it into a place he probably shouldn't have. And yeah, that wasn't smart, Mitch. It's not really going to cost him anything. I thought Varga was going deep then. Straight into the Mercedes. Mitch's got a good exit. And he looks to keep P4. If I were Varga, just back out. Don't risk your life up over Asian Radiant on lap 10 of a race. And Barry, to be fair, is not really making the progress I thought he would be. Considering fresh tyres are, at this point, it's not even comparable to the tyres that the front two are on. And down the inside he goes, way later braking, and there's one out of the way. There's the other one out of the way with a mistake there from Pierrard. And Barry's going to be out of DRS in approximately 6 or 7 corners time on those fresh tyres. And there's half a second, 6 tenths, that'll be 7, yep. Varga and Snape side by side again, 8 tenths. Okay, there goes Mitch, and good job he ghosted, because Marek would have died. Yeah, ghosting's a bit dodgy in this game, takes a long time to kick in. And yep, there you go, Barry's out at DRS. And Varga's going to do the same thing this lap. Personally, I'd use all my battery here, get ahead of Magnier, and then rather than trying to rely on a double overtake. Because relying on a double overtake isn't ideal when you've still got one driver in front with DRS and their teammates. They're going to, you know, coordinate it to work together to defend the positions. As Varga, criminal send, but it's worked. Haas driver should have just turned in and then gone, well, it's your fault, to be fair. But, you know, people are not willing to get others penalties and would rather not risk and not throw the whole race away for someone sending a big beef. And I don't blame them, but personally, just turn it to the guy, it's more fun. Yeah, so here we go then. Varga, he's going to fly past. And then he's just going to leave in this middle sector. Off he goes, up the road, and not to be seen again. I don't know if these two need to be in soon, to be honest, as Mitch past Kapitanov, and Mitch will be rightfully annoyed at Varga, to be honest. Why is the Aston Martin on the grass? I'm not sure. But you know what? Oh gosh. Bit too much speed. And Varga's nearly done the same as Barry Kruger. You might be like half a temp slower than him at getting away. Actually, no, he's got out. Has he got out of the DRS area? Yes, he's gone. Off he goes into the distance for the... Not to be seen again, although he's made a mistake there. That might give Pierrard enough of a chance to stay in. He's going to use all the battery. Mangue's joining him, although I don't think Mangue particularly needs to, and yeah. Can't lie, even if they get in here on the exit of the bus stop, the Aston's going to have so much more traction on the fresher tyres, and he'll be gone, as it's going to be to the box for Pierrard then, and he's going to give his teammate DRS to go for one more lap around the track. However, his teammate's going to be under pressure from Ivanek, who's quietly made his way up to P4. And he's going to be on the podium in a moment, which is nice to see Marek up there. We do love a bit of Marek here, and look, frankly, I haven't cursed him or bullied him in this race enough yet, so it's time to get doing that. As he's made the move on Magnier there, and Magnier's going to sort of just have to accept defeat on that one. And let's play the game of how much of a gap can you pull in one lap. Once again. So far, 6 tenths, 7 tenths. Make that 8 out of here, probably. A decent corner from Magnier, but it nearly was 8 tenths. He's using all of his battery. Don't see a reason why, to be honest. Should just save it, hoard loads of it, and then use it later on in the races. Robbie and Kapitanov close to the back of Mitch here, who's just trying to get away from them, it seems like, at the moment. As Robbie looks quick on the mediums, maybe he's a lot more comfortable on that compound of tyre than he was on the softs, as he does go off track. He slows down, but that's not an excuse not to get a warning. Realistically, you could, actually it is. Yeah, I don't know. Really depends if it's reported or if you already got a warning and check the delta to Mitch. But the game pretty much should be penalising you for going out the white lines consistently, which it doesn't. I think Robbie's going to brute force his way through here. Someone who is brute forcing his way through actually is Kapitanov. Bit of a touch under braking. No harm done. He's got his battery on under. Oh gosh, not in the corner. No, no, no. That's not what you want to do. Oh, here we go. He's backed out. Braking with battery on. Robbie's used everything. He's empty as Oscar. That's just happened a race. Robbie slams the door on Mitch. Hashtag every move is a pit manoeuvre. Anyways. Lap 13, 10 to go here in Spa, and to be fair, I don't think Mitch really cares. These lot. Kapitanov's got a penalty. Robbie's tyres are going to be worse than his in approximately 2 or 3 laps time. Actually not, I don't know. Maybe a few more than that actually. But not too many more than that. Mitch just unsettles his car there on the curbs a bit. And well, I don't think much is going to happen in this race now. Magnier's on the back of Avila here, who is dangerously close to that wall. On slipstream, he's going to be right behind the Alpine driver. Completely backs off the throttle, as he doesn't really want to go for a move yet. He's just waiting patiently, which is smart. I say that, Vargas nearly in DRS of Barry Kruger at the top. Although, potentially a impending penalty for smashing into Mitch. At P1, sort of clotheslined him on the inside. Speaking of Mitch, he's got the battery on, he's got DRS, Robbie's flashing. And he's just going to send it around the outside. Robbie brakes very late, but makes the corner. So, no harm done as Mitch. Well, I'm pretty sure just happily wait another lap. He's got loads of battery. Robbie's not really going to be able to compare himself with that battery later on in the race. Mitch could just deploy absolutely everything on one lap, get past, and well, he could just make that the last lap, and Robbie then can't really fight back. Unless Mitch makes a mistake, that is. Which isn't completely out of the question, as Emerson moves past Johan Kruger here, and the whole grid is now a Kruger sandwich. The more you know. At the moment, yeah, not really any action on track, as, hold up, we might have something. Magnier's 8 seconds behind his teammate, just from an extra lap. Wow. I'm very interested. Robbie goes D. Mitch going to try a bit of a switch back as Kapitanov into the pit lane. Interesting. I would have just tried to hang it out for a safety car probably. Especially when you're in DRS of a hard tyre runner who can essentially just drag you along through the race. But what we will see now is Pierrot on the back of both Mitch and Robbie. What's his gap to leader? His gap to leader is 17 seconds, so he's made up 3 seconds. 3, 4, 5 seconds only on the leaders, which isn't great. And Mitch and Robbie side by side, leaving each other plenty of room. Robbie gets ahead. Pierre says, "Cheers, boss. I'll have you down the inside." Well, he won't have Robbie. No, he will. Oh, very smart. Not. That's going to allow Mitch to have a go back at him, but Mitch backs out, probably because he feels like he's going to get murdered into poo on again. And you don't want that. Mitch, what are you doing with track limits? I bet he's not getting any warnings for these as well, but we've only seen 2. As Pierre is off on a bit of a journey there. It's alright, he's got a bit of tyre, so he can sort of just stick right to the back of the rear end of the Williams. As 20% battery. Mitch is on 50, Robbie's on 17, yellow flags. Someone's had a moment, I believe that to be Tim Avila. Yeah, it was Tim Avila, looking at the delta change. As here goes Pierre around the outside, gets taken out by Robbie. Mitch is like, what's even going on here? I'm confused. Pierre's probably fuming, he's now behind his teammate. And Robbie trying to make himself the superior Belgian driver, although I don't think that makes you the superior Belgian driver, it more just makes you the most hated Belgian by doing that to your fellow compatriots. As he's got no battery, Mitch using the battery, I think he can't be bothered with Robbie's antics anymore and just wants to get him out the way. As maybe he fears for his life. Or maybe he doesn't, I'm not sure. And, Mitch does get past, Robbie on 8% battery. Maybe saving a bit more of that could have been useful, as here we have Kapitanov and Tim Avila having a bit of a scrap and also getting in each other's way a bit. As Tim Avila looks absolutely all over the place at the moment. That Alpine looks more like he's trying to run in slippers on ice. I don't know what that comparison is, but yeah, we're going to go with it. And that's a bit of grass for good measures. Who doesn't love a bit of grass on their tyres? Exactly. And Kapitanov trying to move through Stavalo. How about no, you don't want to do that? And Eberson says, thank you very much for trying that. As he'll go past. And he'll wait for another. I'll go around the outside. Or into the rear end. Yeah, that works as well, Oscar, mate. We're seeing a lot of WWE manoeuvres this race, I'd say. As Robbie's deploying his 2% battery. Seems to have a lot of straight line speed, to be fair to him, like. Is Magnier sort of just going to watch this? Mitch is just like, nah mate, don't want to fight it, can't lie. And Magnier's like, well I've got fresher tyres, I'll come overtake you in a sec. Will he do that? I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't try anything stupid. I mean, he wasn't the one who got taken out, so I'm sure he's got no bad blood towards Robbie. Whereas Pierre is might see red instead of blue on the Williams. This is yellow flags. Eberson's 8 the race. Safety car. Way. Mitch is carrying front wing damage. Ah, yeah, that makes sense to be fair. Because he was faster than Robbie by a ridiculous amount earlier, and the hard tyres haven't really switched on for him. But to be fair, he can get a new one there, and some lovely tough tyres. I assume he got that when Varga decided to give him the chop at P1. Wouldn't be surprised, to be fair, like. As Barry's on a fresh set of softs, Gavin Varga. If you don't box, then you're stupid here, I can't lie. I've already insulted one person. I've now insulted 2 people. I've now insulted 3 people. You're going to get murdered by the soft tyres. It's not rotating at all. At least he's got a new front wing sitting there waiting for him. But yeah, I don't know why they haven't boxed. I know from experience on this game that if you don't put fresh softs on, you get absolutely slapped up. Because fresh softs, and it's 5 laps, it's essentially a 5-lapper. They're just going to be absolutely brilliant. And I feel like Simon might not finish in the points. It depends how much carnage there is. Magnier and Pierrard won't lose too much, to be honest. Maybe 2 or 3 places each. I think Robbie and Mitch and maybe Branimir will probably be able to get through quite easily. Well, they have Woodford as backup, but his mediums are even fresher, so to be honest, he's not in the worst of positions right now. But I mean, we sort of proved my point last time with the Haas drivers and staying out on older tyres that as soon as they get overtaken, they're a second and a half a lap slower. So unfortunately, as much as they may like to try and stay out, the tyres just can't compete in this game. Sadly. It kind of makes the strategy really skewed because of the whole 25% tyres go into absolute, just becoming an absolute mess, and it's, I don't know, the game's always got its own quirk to it, every single F1 game does, and yeah, I don't know. Aberg's in probably the worst spot of anyone right now. As we'll have the safety car in next lap, meaning we will have the RS. As we'll be in 119, 20, 21, we'll have the RS for 22. That lap's going to be mental if the gaps haven't already formed. I think they won't though, because we've got 2 soft runners at the front. Although the 2 soft runners could be after the middle sector about 2 seconds ahead of Aberg. I think Ivanek's going to be essentially just sending it on the AlphaTauri because he's going to be able to brake that much later that he can probably just send it anywhere. Although I don't encourage dangerous sends that we may be about to see, as it's not proper racing. You shouldn't just be sending it from however many temps back and expecting the other driver not to turn in, because all it is doing is it's forcing a driver who can't then turn in, and if they do turn in, they make contact with you and ruin their own race for your own stupid manoeuvre. As talking of stupid manoeuvres, Marek, what you doing, mate? You're weaving all over the gaff up Rouge Radion and then nearly rear-ending AlphaTauri, although the AlphaTauri's leaving quite a sizable gap. But it is within 10 car length, so you know what, that's completely legal and not really a problem. What's going on? Still can't check bloody Discord. So broken. I'm fuming. I just want some entertainment, but I can't get entertainment because Discord don't want to load on my phone. Within 10 lengths, he's only driving LMO. That was 10. I'm telling you, yeah, that was 10 car lengths. 1.3 seconds. I don't know how long an F1 car is. Actually, it's not 0.13 long. Can Woodford get right up? Oh, if that's that, look, yeah, that gap's 2.5 tenths. So an F1 car, I'd say, is about a tenth and a bit long. So if we're saying an F1 car is about a tenth and a bit long, but I don't know where it takes the delta from. So I think it was just about 10 car lengths. 2 meters. What's that in delta? If you're driving at the same time. Anyways, we are in this lap. I'd say he wasn't far off, to be honest, Adam. So, you know what? Shut up. Right. This is a good prediction. What position's Abert going to be in at the end of the race? So 10th and a bit 100 kilometres an hour, not down the Camel Straight. Meh. Sure do. Alright. Restarting. Here we go. Aberg's already sightwards. And he's lost a second. 1.3. I said he'd be 2 seconds behind after sector 2, not turn 1. Oh gosh. Was I too... Did I overestimate the ability a bit, as Marek seems a bit slow here, to be honest. Robbie's also lost time on those softs, so Mitch will probably be looking at him thinking, mate, can you get a move on already? Is Magne... Was close, but someone who's close was Ivanek. Ready, late braking. Nearly goes into the back of him because of it. Well done, Marek. To be honest, he would have made it down the inside, but you know what? I think it's smart that he didn't try. And I respect him for being patient, because a lot of people wouldn't be patient in this situation, as they're already 3.5 seconds behind. Marek, mate, you've got to make a move at some point. I know you may be happy with 3rd place, but we're going to have just a 10-car conga line here. Round the outside. To be honest, he probably could have hung it in there. Woodford knows what he needs to do. He's getting a move on. Here we go. Go on, lads. They're all seeming a bit scared other than Woodford. Woodford's just on it, mate. Here comes Mitch. He wants a piece of Robbie. Branham is here as well. He's here for it. Get stuck in is what I say. Here goes Marek. Down the inside of Blanchimont. Aberg off the track. Woodford's going to see it through as well. Oh my god, he's just swiped him under braking. Oh, shit it out. I shouldn't swear, sorry. This is a family-friendly stream after all. Whoops. Anyways. I mean, if your prediction was Aberg would be down to 9th after 1 lap, then... Bosh, you were correct, like. There's Barry, Kruger, and Vargrove used all their battery. Woodford's getting stuck in on these mediums, I'll tell you that much. He's having a great time. As here we have a bit of Robbie and a bit of Magne into Lecom. And it's going to be Robbie ahead. And now it's your turn, Mitch. Do the Alpine Prode, although Robbie's picked up 3 seconds, so I mean, you don't necessarily need to do it. Branham is in a wall in the Aston. It's all gone wrong for him. And Simon Aberg is the last car on track already. I said those hard tyres were not going to be ideal. Shock horror, I was correct. Because the thing is, like, yes, you can defend. But the problem is, there's so many missiles that it's so hard to defend properly. Like, in a way where you're not going to get taken out. Because people will just send it on you in any corner possible, to be honest. And they just won't care to leave you space or anything. So, you know, it's sort of just a loss-loss situation, to be honest. As Magne is on a deficit of battery to Mitch. Robbie's found a new line through the bus stop. There's Mitch on the traction. Very nice for him. I think down the inside is an option here. Just didn't have the balls, so he made it. Oh, the Haas went deep as well. Oh, here we go. Mitch has got it for this, though. He's got the balls for this. Oh, come on, Mitch. You got to go for it. Final lap of the race. Get stuck in, is what I say. You've ruined your opportunity there. Could have been a man of the match performance, but instead... Oh, hold up. He's got a good run here. He's got a great run. And here comes Mitch. Down the inside. Robbie's going to sort of box him in, though. He needs to brake later. He's going to send it. And he's around the outside. He's kept it in the track limits. And there you go. That's how you make a move. Magny gonna look, but I think it's a bit late now unless Mitch does make a mistake, as Ivanic's up to the podium as 2. Mitch just needs to make sure that he's within 3 seconds of both of the cars in front, and well, he should be fine. As Woodford out of battery. Not ideal for him, as the front two, I haven't really spoke of them to be honest, but Barry has ran away with it from Varga. They sort of just had a battle of who could deploy all their battery first, and the winner was probably Varga. Yeah, Varga has won there. We're in the final corner for Barry, chucks it round, sliding a bit, that's no bother. Up to the line, Barry Kruger wins in Spa, Gabor Varga is going to take P2. Ivanek will take P3 and Mitch will be P4 on penalties, or will he? Or will he? Yes, he will. Mange also made it. Oh, it wasn't even close. Woodford had 6. Okay. Oh, I've just punched myself by accident. Didn't mean to do that. They both would have got him anyways. Right, there you go. Bosh. Round 1 done. That is... yeah, driver of the day, Mitch. I can't disagree. He would have got a better finish if not for being taken out and given damage. He would have beaten Marek because, yeah, bosh. But yeah, here's your results then. Barry Krieger, all 26. Big moves from my man. Here's your race director. Scroll down for all this, like, in case anyone wants their penalties removed. I mean, I don't know, they might do. Someone might think this is unfair, I don't know. Yeah, bosh. Cheers for watching, everyone. It's been nice for me to be back. I'll stick this thing on. Actually, that's a starting scene screen, I won't stick that on. Or is it just an ending screen as well? If it says starting scene, I'll swap it. I don't think. No, it does. Okay, we'll stick on this. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Join us for whatever rains